Good morning. It's approaching 9:30 on Sunday morning, and I'm just off out in about 10 minutes to go for a walk while the sun's out. It's going to rain later, so I'm going to get that out the way before it does. I've been up since 6 anyway, so I've been doing lots of ironing, housework, hoovering, housework, etc., etc. Things that don't get done during the week, and Sunday's really my only day I can do it. I've got to do some. Well, I was going to do some blogging this afternoon, but I'll probably just stick with the video this week because I'm just really, really busy. I've got to phone Dad later, and I've got another couple of phone calls I've got to do as well. So yeah, I shall probably just stick with the video today. Had a busy week. It's been work-wise, so I haven't really stopped. And in fact, I haven't had a break now for 6 months. So I've reached that 6 month anniversary as such. So I have come to the end of my, what do they call it? Probationary period. So I'm still there, so I think I'm doing an okay job. I am enjoying the job. It's very different to what I'm used to in the past. I did love Tesco. I think of all the jobs I've had over the years, I think it was probably my most favourite. Not for anything really other than the people, and I loved the actual job I did in customer service. It was great. I think it was a job made for me. Others may disagree because I've not. It depends on all of our moods really, how we're feeling, how we deal with customers, etc. But I think I've done all right. And I do miss it. Fond memories. So yeah, I've reached the end of the probationary period. So I was at work yesterday and I was thinking to myself, gosh, lots happened over the last year really since the both of us left the UK, because we left in beginning of September, so it's nearly a year, with Croatia and seeing family there, saying goodbye to everyone in Britain obviously, and Asia, and then finally Australia. Literally, it has been a whirlwind, and it's Australia's home, and you do have that sudden realization that you've moved to the other side of the world and you've made a new life, you've bought a new home, you're furnishing your new home, and this is it really. This is the duration, at least in the medium term. We have got other plans maybe for the future, possibly Australia. I would love to go back to Europe at some stage, back to Spain. So, but not obviously until I retire. I certainly will not be able to work in Spain now with Brexit. That doesn't bother me so much because working is hard in Spain. It always was. Getting jobs, the economy, the wages. The wages are minuscule in comparison to Britain and certainly Australia. I've just got a pay rise here now, and on the scale of things compared to anywhere else, it's huge. So yeah, I'm happy enough. I'm happy to be here. Said it before. The only aspect I really do miss is friends. Friends, the network that I used to have in the UK, from Tesco, and old friends. They're not there, certainly not there or here in the physical sense, but we do speak to these people a lot, and we've got some coming out, different people coming out, from January really, and hope to see family in September. Hope to go on holiday. I'd love to go back to either Thailand or Cambodia. That's my two favourite destinations here at the moment. Uh, Not Japan, as I said, Japan's just, I think I said that in a previous vlog actually, but Japan is just a little bit off at the moment. They've still got issues with COVID, and the cost is prohibitive for us at the moment. Japan is exceedingly expensive, as anyone who's been will testify. The fence is done. I showed you the video of that yesterday. It looks great. We went thirds with the rest of the houses on the strata on this side, and it's covered a multitude of sins really. It's, you know, we are sort of off Morrison Road, which is kind of main road, so it did need a fence. It's higher than what it was before. We did want higher still, certainly on our side, but after speaking to the council, we realised, you know, the waiting time, etc., would just be too long. I mean, you're planning permission just to go up a few inches. It just wasn't worth it. So we will grow some large shrubs, etc., to to obscure the road even further, and that's fine. Quite happy with that. End of the financial year. So the end of the financial year here is the new one begins 1st of July, so it ends in June. We got to see tax accountant on Monday and sort out finances, because we haven't worked here for financial year. It's been 6 months, so we are due quite a substantial refund because we have been paying full tax. It does feel odd because I haven't had to do a tax return since I had a business in the UK, and that's the only time really had to do a tax return. But in Australia, everybody does a tax return, which is bizarre. But also on the plus side of that, you can claim back the expenses for work throughout the year. So obviously stationery that I bought, the use of electricity for working at home, laptops, internet, mobile phones, you name it, you can claim it. Because obviously a lot of my work does involve, speaking with work when I'm not there. So that's good. So I can claim it back. It is a little bit complicated. I can't fully access my tax account at the moment, which understandable, because my tax account goes back to when I was here in 1997, and at that point I was on a holiday work visa, and so it's operational, but it's not fully operational as such. So although I've got permanent residency, I think the tax account itself, from what I've seen, is still showing some old bits and pieces which has to be sorted out. So I'm just going out for a walk. It's getting on for 25 to 10. The shop's open here at 11 on a Sunday, 11 till 5. I haven't been for a walk in a while. I think the weather's going to hold off, at least at the moment. There's no rain forecast until later. So I'm going to get out, do some walking, and energise myself, because the winter just really takes it out of me, and I don't like it. The aches, the pains, the cold. I really, really, really detest the cold. So I need to, keep focused on end goals. Ignore the weather, because the weather is atrocious. It really is bad. The rain, it is cold, desert cold. So yeah, I need to get out there and get some energy back inside of me, So, hope you all have a wonderful day, weekend, and I promise I will do a written blog next week. Somebody sent me a message actually, I had an email saying, loving the vlogs, are you going to stick to it all the time? No, I'm not going to stick to vlogs all the time, because writing's my thing, but obviously with time constraints, and I am working a lot, it's a great way of expressing oneself when I haven't got the hours in the day. That's quite frequently at the moment. So no, have a great weekend. Ciao.